Hello everyone. So how are you guys doing today? Um, so over the weekend, I have been doing a lot of dream work. I've spent since Friday, um, doing my best to not look at my phone and getting kind of in a meditative headspace to where I get lost in, because there are some problems in myself that I'm still trying to work out. I'm trying to work through feelings that come up in my own self that um, other people bring about. So, which I know is a projection. When somebody makes me mad or something makes me upset about something someone's doing, it's usually my projections of something. Um, and I notice that a lot of people do it. We all do it. And really, it, you guys, it has really kept me in that. How can I put this? So what I talked about in a couple videos ago about the inferior feeling, where you feel inferior to other people, where you don't feel like you, I don't know, should be somewhere or be doing something or looking a certain way or presumed to be a certain way. And that kind of thinking, it's almost like an imposter syndrome, where you're in a position and you feel like any moment someone's going to come and call you out because, you know, um, and I've been trying to work through this feeling of, so a trauma responsive mind. It's a trauma responsive, this feeling I'm trying to work through, where instead of, I don't know, working out something or talking to somebody about something, my first instinct is to just run, just to leave, just to, act like it doesn't exist, which is not the healthiest thing to do. I don't know. I've just been really struggling with this perceived image, that not my perceived image. It's like I have been going my whole life trying to live up to this persona of what other people deem me as, or their preconceived notions of who I am because of the way I look or the way I act or whatever it may be. And for the longest time, I couldn't understand why I had a personality that seemed to repel most people. It seemed to rub people the wrong way. And it dawned on me over this weekend what it is. It is the same thing I used to feel. It's that inferior, that measuring, you instinctively are measuring yourself up to something, a perceived notion at that, a perceived persona, a perceived person, like personality of how somebody is. And you are going through life and you're trying to follow the rules and be lawful. And, in our society, you are deemed worthless if you don't have a job, if you don't make money, if you don't live the proper way, if you do anything out of the norm. And here where I live, it is super heightened, because if you live out of the norm, even just a little bit, you stand out, because everyone follows like this. It's like everyone's following this textbook that I didn't receive. And people are constantly trying to give it to me, but I don't want it. I don't want to live my life the way people think that one should. Like, people think that, I don't know, it's just like these, you realize that life and the world and people in general are living two separate realities. It's like they're living this, it's like their body's on autopilot and it knows what to do and it just goes through the motions. And then when they see something or somebody doing something that they want to do or wish they could do, not knowing that the only reason they can't do it is because they are limiting themselves. They are the ones telling themselves, well, I'm not creative. I can't do that. I don't know, this or that. And so, sorry, I just got text. And And you don't realize that you're limiting yourself because of that. I am living proof of, if you let go of telling yourself what you are capable of and what you're not capable of, you'd be surprised at the things that you are actually good at. And I just can't stand when people are trying to prescribe a lifestyle to me or a personality, and then they make me out to be the bad guy when I call it out. Like, you can't, I'm sorry, but I don't live, I think that's what it's been most of my life. Why people call me crazy, why I've been prescribed as crazy, but I've never seen it as an actual problem. I have seen it as just like, I am seeing things on a level that you are not capable of seeing. I understand this reality on a level, I'm so in touch with it because I live in the moment. Everything, I'm very reactive to the moment. I'm a look at the sky type person. Oh, do you hear that pretty bird sound? Like, I pay attention to things very heavily around me. And people who are going through their lives on autopilot, where they never stop to think about anything because their minds are so inundated with a schedule or with to-do lists, or, and that's how you set yourself up for failure. You are going through life with a checklist of things that you are telling yourself, if you don't do that, you're a piece of shit, which then limits you. And people wonder, like, how, like, to outsiders, when I tell people my life story, they're confused of how I can be the way I am. They're confused at how I could be still loving and open and creative and happy with the story and the things that I have experienced and been through. I just don't live my life on autopilot. I listen to my body. I listen to myself. When I don't feel like I can do something, bitch, I don't do anything. But when I feel like I can take on the world, like, I'm ready to literally take on the world and do everything. And I just will never, I'll never sacrifice my personal freedom to have to meet a status quo. It doesn't make sense to me. And I believe that for myself, other people, people can do whatever the hell they want. I don't really give two shits, as long as you're not like coming in and, judging my life and judging the way that I do things just because you feel you can't do them, or just because you feel like they can't be done, doesn't mean you should tell me that I can't do it. If I'm already doing something, people in my life, they do this to me constantly, you guys, and it drives me completely insane. They'll tell me, you are crazy. You cannot live life like that. You can't think like that. That's not going to work. You'll never blah, blah, blah. You'll never do this or that. And they're always surprised when I come back stronger, when I come back bigger and braver and with more skill. They're always surprised, like, what the fuck, that was supposed to kill you. I don't limit myself. I don't tell myself things that, I don't tell myself that I can't do anything. I just try and to see if I can. If I can't, then I can't. If it frustrates me too much to even learn, I'm not going to even try. Like, I'll try it once and then I'll just but then I'll always go back to it. Like, you really have to get away from society to figure out who you are. You have to get away from people telling you who you should be, how you should act, what you should look like, what they expect you to do, what they expect you to be like, and figure out what you can do to bring beauty and happiness to your world and the world of others. Like, that's all I really want to do. And people, they dig so much deeper into it. They dig so much deeper. I don't know, you guys. It's just really confusing. And I want to come off the right way to people, to where my energy is not perceived differently. Because I realized that people do, like, I've been getting like these synchronicities kind of sinking this thought into my head. To just keep living how you're living, you know, for myself, that people already see me greater than I am. People already see me at a higher status than I am. And so if I just accept that and just sink into it, which I have been doing, I have been, you know, going with the whole college thing and, you know, putting my art out there to sale, and, you know, really just putting myself out there on a platter for people to see. You know, I really want to just open that up. I don't want to just keep it hidden. I'm sick of keeping myself hidden because other people feel threatened by that. If you feel threatened by somebody else's greatness, then you need to do some digging. You need to do some work on yourself and figure out why you feel like that. Is it like because you feel inferior? Is it because you feel you can never reach up to these things? So you feel it's, you know, it's realize how you project yourself into this life, and realize how nothing in this life happens to you without your permission. And your permission is, if you don't speak up, that's your permission. If you don't say something, if you don't make your uncomfortable feelings known, of course you have to have some tact. Some, you know, don't come off like you're causing all these issues. You know, you just say, hey, I'm experiencing this. Let people know how you feel. Let people know what you expect from them, because that is what leads to all the heartache and all of the mess that we all feel, and all of the this inferior complex, or this scarcity complex, where we always feel like it's not going to be enough. So we have to work. So there's always stuff there, but then you're like working for a life that you don't get to live and enjoy. So that, I mean, it doesn't make really any sense. And I just want to be a voice for anyone who's having doubts in a path that they are choosing to take for their own sake. Stay on it. Stay the course. Don't give up. Don't give in to what people say around you. Don't listen to people who say that can't be done. You can't do that. You don't know what you're doing. Don't listen to people who say stuff like that, you guys. To always be, remember, okay, you are your own advocate. You are the person who's going to have your back every time. You're the only one who can really stand up for yourself. Nobody's going to come and save you. There's no magical God that's going to come out of the sky and rapture us all and save us from the heartache. That's why he gave you free will. That's why you have that. That's why that instinct exists. So you can say something. And if you're having trouble, do some throat chakra exercises. Go outside and scream. Start telling people things, little things, people that you're closest to. Start voicing uncomfortable situations. Start voicing when you feel weird. Just start small. But really, a good scream outside, a good fuck, screaming it, that will open that throat chakra. I promise you. And you may look crazy doing it, but go to a top of a mountain or middle of nowhere, as far away you can get, or just go outside in the middle of the night and just scream, and then go back inside. I promise you, you'll feel a lot better. And I hope that I can keep processing these emotions and keep channeling these messages that I think all of us need to hear. And yeah, I love you guys, and I hope you're all doing well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.